Hey everyone, I'm Ron Hawkins. I'm Director of Industry Relations for the Security Industry Association, and I'm here with Steve Reinharz. Steve is the CEO of Robotic Assistance Devices, or RAD, and Steve is also the chairman of SIA's AI, Drones, and Robotics Interest Group. So that group does a lot with what I consider to be one of the most exciting parts of security today, which is, as you may have guessed from the name, the drones and robotics sector and the AI that powers that sector. So, Steve, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself beyond your title, as well as a little bit about the group?
Sure. Yeah. No, thanks, Ron. I'm Steve Reinharz. I started RAD. We're sitting at about 80 plus employees, raised about $55 million. And people are excited because we're tackling a big problem. And it's a problem that SIA members are really well positioned to help solve. The problem comes from the guarding side of the business, and it has to do with decreasing availability of labor, increasing cost of that labor, and an end user base that wants to go beyond just putting up forensic cameras and access control and wanting to start to get into some more positive autonomous devices. And that's where the Drones Robotics Committee comes from.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of projects the group is working on?
Yeah, sure. So first off, this group is really designed for integrators and team members in the SIA world that want to get ahead. And I say that because I outlined the problem, a moment ago, but the problem's not going away. And the problem is going to be getting worse as time goes on. And your integration and guarding companies are going to be under increasing pressure to solve that problem. What I did is I created a company that, has what we think are a lot of those solutions to take a lot of that workload off of human employees and putting them into autonomous devices. And that's why I'm so excited about this particular SIA group. So in this group, you're meeting folks like me that have created companies that are trying to solve this problem together. We all work together cooperatively in this group. Although we might compete on the battlefield, so to speak, in this space, we're really trying to raise the whole industry by working together. We publish different papers. The paper that we're talking about right now, written by you, Ron, is one of the best I've ever read, and we're thrilled to have an opportunity to sponsor it. But we're talking about stuff like facial rec. We're talking about stuff like drones. In the committee, you're making connections. You're learning. You're hearing about new opportunities for solutions. And so it's a good place to be. It will be a pivotal committee for a lot of members as it opens up their world to new solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said at the beginning, it really is an exciting emerging technology area. And there's been so much growth and so much really cool stuff. I think not just exciting, it's one of the coolest parts of
Yeah,
security.
yeah, yeah. It's more fun,
I think.
It's,
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So that having been said, can you expand a little bit on the role that you see drones and robotics playing in security going forward?
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you one example, okay? Because drones and robotics come in many different forms, and some of them are wild and wacky. I've seen all kinds of different robots that move that are interesting, let's say, but robots don't always have to move. Robots are really anything that embodies any type of autonomy to it. And that's really a higher level definition. Many people just say robotics is anything that's automated, but I'm saying anything with autonomy. And I'll give you an example, one example of why, you know, SIA members should really be paying attention. And I'm going to show you this right here because I have it, coincidentally as my backdrop. But this is a product that we call Rio. And what Rio does is Rio embodies built in a handful of AI-driven analytics, human detection, LPR, vehicle detection, but it's in a complete security in a box. And since we produce it from A to Z, we control all elements along the lines. So most SIA members are used to picking a server from, say, Dell and a camera from, say, Access or Bosch or whomever, and a switch from Cisco or whomever, right? Like those days are going away. Customers are now going to expect simpler installations that are better priced. And they're better priced because we're not integrating so much anymore. We're going to a single vendor that's already has direct supply chains and can deliver these solutions that are much more advanced at a lower cost. That's why we have to that's why we have to know what's going on. And those changes are shared in this committee.
Very cool. All right, so if somebody's watching this video, they think, yeah, that all sounds really cool. I like the technology. I'm interested in it, or maybe I'm already involved in the technology. Any call to action for what they might want to do?
100%. First call to action is read the piece papered by you, Mr. Hawkins, and with an introduction by us. It's a quick read. It's going to bring you up to speed pretty quickly, and hopefully it's going to trigger interest in joining the committee. And even if you don't join the committee, you're just following what's happening in this space. That's what I recommend.
Awesome. All right. All right. Thank you very much, Steve. Thanks for your support of SIA for this paper and for your support of the group. Really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Ron.
All right. Take care.